Hey, this is your old pal Ernie, and we are coming to you on a 140% speed, so I won't be sounding so slow, like a slow Joe. This is our comparison, this is our mop-up with the SC3900 versus the SC5000M. A little background on this bad boy here. I got it in 2012 or 2013, somewhere around there, 2012. And it was like $800. Can you believe that? It was 8 bills for this pilot, whatever. And I've worked with it on and off for, I don't know, 11 years, 12 years. So it's been pretty good to me. I mean, it hasn't been that great to me, but it's been good to me. It worked. And I basically use it with Virtual DJ. And SC3900, it was always a head turner. I mean, we're talking about 10 years plus of hearing this at almost every gig. Quote, "That record isn't really real, is it?" Unquote. I get that question every time I bring it out. Anyway, it's made by Denon, and it's a good unit. It's the predecessor to the 3700, which was a good unit in its own. But this unit is a little bit better. It has a better torque on the motor, and the electronics is just a tad better. Let me turn it on for you here. It's not very spectacular when it turns on. It just says Denon DJ, and this light blinks, and that's pretty much... Oh yeah, there's a red light right here. And that's pretty much it. I replaced this with a blue 12-inch skins platter. And it has a CD, USB link, and MIDI button on it. Of course, the CD plays CDs, the USB plays the thumb drive. The link has a Cat 5 cable back in the back here, connector that you connect another one of these to, so you can share the USB drive. And of course, the MIDI is for when I was using, I still use it, when I use it for Virtual DJ. So let's push the USB button. And now all the folders come up. And these are all the albums that are on here. It's, to say the least, it's not a very good faceplate here. It really doesn't tell you much. It has a little waveform, a real puny little waveform, kind of like the CDJ 850 and 900 Nexus, and those, they have this little puny little waveform as well. Anyway, the thing I like about it is that you can put the your USB thumb drive right in the front there. Now, it has a button to eject it. And now it's ejected. It had a cover covering the USB port so the dust won't go in. And of course, I've already broken that off. So, you know, what the hell? Who gives a shit anyway? The thing's old. But it works great. And I don't think that dust thing really did a whole lot anyway. Let's go back to our folder here. Dirty Dancing and Easy Listening, Footloose, Frank Sinatra, La Bamba. And there's La Bamba right there. A little waveform, little mini waveform. Doesn't mean jack shit because it's so small. But it's a good little unit. It has all the little bells and whistles, the looping and all that kind of crap. And it has this button here, which is the key adjust. Always have that on when you're scratching. And that's about it. What I don't like about it is these buttons are plastic. They're hard plastic. They used to be rubber. Now I hear the SC6000 are rubber. So they went from hard plastic back to rubber. Anyway, so that's it. This thing weighs 13 pounds. And it's a good looking unit. I mean, it has a Technics 1200 styled platter. It's beautiful. And it's 9 inches. It's not a little guy. It's 9 inches. It's not as big as a Rain 12, but it's, you know, it's probably the second biggest moving turntable that they make, okay? It's a good looking thing here. Alright, so now we're going to go to the newer guy, the SC5000M. Let's turn this one on. And when you turn it on, it looks like a damn Christmas tree. Everything lights up like that. Alright, well, let's go over some of the details on this thing. But let me go get a coffee first, a cup of coffee. I'll be back.
A few moments later.
Alright, we're back, and I have a cup of coffee. I'm a big coffee drinker, and I don't know if you are, but I am. Alright, so where was I? Oh yeah, I just turned on the 5000M, and by the way, I put this record on. This is a red vinyl Elvis Presley record that I had, so I just popped it onto this turntable. Here's the, right off the bat, here's the thing I don't like about the 5000M. This turntable this wheel is only 7 inches in diameter. It's puny. It reminds me of the Rev 7 or that obnoxious Rain 1 or the other obnoxious Newmark V7 and all that kind of. It's a puny thing when you compare it to a 9-inch platter, and that's the bad thing. Okay, this one here is this thing's like 3 years old. I bought it used, and I bought it from Sweetwater. And Sweetwater is a good place to buy used equipment. I'm not saying that Guitar Center or the other places are worse, but Sweetwater, they're very picky with their used inventory, so you're going to find a used piece of gear in really good condition, and this one is not an exception to that rule. All right, so this thing here does not play a CD, and it's too bad because this is one of my favorite ones, Sublime All I Got. This one will play it, but this one doesn't. All it does, it plays USB, and it runs a computer program as well. I believe Tractor, Virtual DJ, and Serato, and it also has a built-in Wi-Fi where you could stream music. I can't stream music on this unit because I don't have Tidal. Tidal is one of the big ones that Denon uses for streaming, but I don't have Tidal. I have Deezer, and Deezer is not on the list, so I'm screwed up. Hang on, let me get a cup of coffee here.
A few moments later.
Okay, so I got 2 thumb drives hooked up to this thing. There's one in the front here, and there's one in the rear, and so that's one thing that this unit has. It's bad. Anyway, the screen is a 7-inch. A new 6000 is a, I believe, it's a 10-inch now. But, you know, this 7 inch isn't too bad. So you go to your source button, and you view your USB. Oh, yeah, by the way, it's touch sensitive. I don't know if the Pioneers are touch sensitive. They might be. But this one's touch sensitive, and when you play a tune on here, when you play a tune, you could screw around with the waveforms and make it smaller or wider. I don't know if the Pioneers do that. I'm not quite sure. If you know, then put it down on the comment section. So anyway, plays. Another good thing that this one does not do is this one has a layer. You push the layer button. By the way, the layer for layer 1, I changed the color to like purple. I don't know if you can tell on this video, but it's purple. But that's layer 1. Layer 2 is green. So now you have 2 songs that are playing on one deck. You just have to make sure you push the layer button here. And so it's playing here. And then when we push the layer button again, the layer from the first track comes up. You know, you can play both at the same time. But that's why you gotta have a mixer, else it turns into a big cluster. So that's the big thing that this one doesn't do. You can't play 2 songs at the same time. With this one you can, and that is a good thing. Okay, we're not going to go over using it with your laptop because I feel that people really don't care if it works with a laptop, because any kind of controller that doesn't have a brain will use a laptop. What I mean is this bad boy has a quad-core processor. This one probably has a 0 quad-core. It probably doesn't have anything. It probably just has a regular 1-chip processor. But it does quite a bit, though, for something that is pretty rudimentary. But this one is pretty advanced quad-core. It does a lot of things. It has a different menu. You could you can change the utility factors, the preferences, and what I like about it is that you can use your finger to swipe it like a phone, or or iPad or something like that. So that's a great thing about this one. But what I don't like about it is it doesn't play CDs anymore. Okay. I'll be back in a second. I gotta take another drink from my coffee before it gets cold.
A few moments later.
Okay, I'm back, and do you remember I said I put 2 USB thumb drives into this unit? So you can play 2 thumb drives. Push source, and there's 2 sources. I have a country USB, and I also have an album USB with, you know, a bunch of album titles here. So that's one good thing. You can play 2, actually you can play 3 USB drives at the same time by just clicking source and rolling through which one you want to use. So, you know, that's cool. And it tells you the front or the rear panel that the USB is located at. Let's see, let's go to the albums here, and here's AC/DC. Aerosmith, I mean. I don't know. I don't like any of these songs, but play this one here. And it's right there on the bottom, little waveform. It's populating. There it is. So it's populating. And of course, I dig on this thing here. And of course, once again, go to your layer, and you could play another song from the country thing, and put that on. So very, very versatile. Very versatile unit compared to the 2013-2012 SC3900. This is a 2018 model, and it's really crazy what 5 years can do with technology. It's almost insane. So what I'm trying to tell you, and I'm going to warn you, is that technology moves in leaps and bounds. So you are probably being recorded by somebody right now, and you don't even know it. Anyway, that's the comparison. If you have the money, I used SC5000m or just a regular 5000 is a good unit to get because of the high-tech screen here and what it does. It does quite a bit of things. I can't go over all of them. I'll be here all night long, or all day long for that matter. But here's another thing I don't like about this unit, though, is see this pitch slider here? It doesn't have a little detent or you can't tell if it's zeroed out. This one here on the oldie, you can feel it. You can feel the little click on it to make sure it's on 0. So that's what I like about this bad boy. Plus I like the way it looks too. I mean, it looks like a turntable. This one kind of looks like, but I couldn't afford the SC5000m. It's just way too much. It's $17.99. I can't buy that. It's too much money for DJing. You know me, I'm kind of cheap, and well, you know, I guess I can afford it, but you know, why do I want to do that for? Why does anybody want to spend that kind of money for one CDJ or player? It's just ridiculous. This one, though, this 5000 is pretty versatile. It's about $800, and it's well worth it. I think it's not really money well spent. I mean, I could use it for other my bills, but if you want to use it as a standalone unit, it's beautiful. It's great for a standalone, and I'll tell you why. Everything is at your fingertips. The albums, the titles, they're all boom. You know, they're all there. And look at that. You really got to be blind not to be able to see all the albums that are listed on here. I mean, it's almost as big as a laptop with a virtual DJ. I mean, it's huge, you know. And then I like the touch thing too, so that's pretty cool, you know. And the good thing about the Denon is, unlike some other brands, you don't need to put your USB thumb drive through the software, kind of like Rekordbox or anything like that. You could just get the raw thumb drive, and it will, you know, read it and perform the waveforms you know, on the fly here. Anyway, so that's the comparison. The comparison is down to this. It's like, do you like tech? Are you into tech? Are you a person who is very careful with transporting something like this around? Or do you want to spend less money? You can probably pick up one of these SC3900s for, I don't know, I've seen some as low as $300, some as high as $600, but it's a lower tech. It'll take more of a beating. The computer on it isn't as sensitive as this guy here. I'm pretty sure this one good thump on it, it will knock the crap off of it. But this one here is a stable unit that will work, you know, night and day. It's a good unit. I really enjoy it. That's why I kept it. I bought 2 of them, and I sold the second one. But I said to myself, I said, this thing is such a good-looking unit. Only a fool would get rid of it. And I was right. Like I said, I thought I saw one on eBay for like $600. So it's not bad. It's not a bad unit. But this one is great for you know, if you're a techie or something like that. It's really good for that. The only drawback, like I said, is I don't like this little puny 7-inch wheel. It's puny. It's for children. But other than that, it's a good unit. Oh yeah, and plus it doesn't play the CDs as well. But like I said, in life, you can't have everything. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you for sticking around and listening to me rant and rave about 2 old units. One a 2012 and the other one a 2018. I know you're used to listening to reviews of newer models, but you know, that's when you're on this channel here. We're old school. So God bless you. Have a great week. Hope you're DJing, make a few bucks, and make people happy at the same time. All right, take it easy, y'all. Bye-bye.